Hi everyone, it's Pamela. How are you? Thank you so much for being awesome and watching my videos and for thinking outside of the box. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Please subscribe, it really helps me. And also click the bell below the video to get notified whenever I do post one. So, Moon in Sagittarius, Donald Trump, Oprah Winfrey, Adele, Jennifer Aniston, Al Pacino, Justin Timberlake, Emma Watson, Albert Einstein, to name a few. So let's get into it. The moon in Sagittarius. So the moon represents our emotions. It also represents our mothers. It can also represent the wife or spouse in a man's chart, or the more masculine energied person in the relationship, their spouse, if that makes sense. So someone with the moon in Sagittarius, first of all, suffers from intense foot in mouth syndrome. And if you look at someone like Donald Trump, I think that although there's, you always have to look at the whole chart, and obviously that's magnified or not depending on other aspects, we are going to keep it simple and only talk about the moon today, just for everybody to kind of learn the basics, if that makes sense. He suffers from massive foot and mouth syndrome. He literally has no filter. I mean, not much of one anyways. And if you look at it, the moon in Sagittarius is this place of expansiveness. And the way that anyone with moon in Sagittarius appeals to your emotions is by talking about the up here, talking about the enlightened perspective, or the more umbrella kind of perspective, so that you can't help but agree with everything that they say, right? And if you notice Emma Watson and even Oprah, these are the things that they talk about a lot. These people have a cause and they will help that cause. Now, good or bad, that's up to our own perception. Whatever it is that they believe in, you better believe that they will preach about it, very moon in Sagittarius, and they will go after it with all their might. When they believe something, they truly, truly, truly believe it. Now, these people seem like they have a lot of energy, which they do, and they are the sign. Sagittarius is very optimistic, ruled by Jupiter. It is always about this great expansiveness. How can we do more? And how can we learn more? How can we help more people? Just remember that's tied to what their cause is, okay? And so they're constantly learning. The thing about it, though, is this. People think that the moon in Sagittarius is always optimistic, and actually they also have very low lows. They have very high highs and very low lows, and it's so much determined on who they have in their life. Okay, so moon in Sagittarius people watching this, if there is a cause that you're very passionate about, and you have people in your life that are not giving you the right or the best information, or maybe negative, those people will hinder your growth more than, I would say, any other moon sign. Because, moon in Sagittarius is also kind of, they can be persuaded, let's say, more than they think. So with that being said, when you see a Sagittarius who's been through a lot, someone like Oprah Winfrey, I mean, she was raped, I believe, at the age of 9. Don't quote me on the age, please, because I can't remember. I believe it was 9. And, was impregnated and lost the baby and all of these things. She had a really rough life. And look at what she did with that adversity, right? Because those things happened to her, she made it a point to help people, help other women, and change the world. And because of this, I mean, Oprah Winfrey has made waves. Albert Einstein, look at what these people have accomplished, what these people have done. So they're always preaching for a cause. It just depends on what the cause is. You know, many philosophers and religious thinkers like Ram Dass, also has moon in Sagittarius, do lead these sort of causes, right? And so the mother, usually with this sign, depending on, of course, the whole chart and different aspects, was usually someone that was religious, someone who was about teaching, about, well, you need to learn your lesson, which could either be a great thing or maybe not a great thing. It depends on how they would teach you that lesson. And obviously that gets into a lot more than just astrology and things like that. And so with this, when they grow up, they're very much about teaching other people about lessons. The mother was very changeable. She liked change, most likely. Didn't like to stay in the same place. Was very much about education, depending on, of course, those higher beliefs. Everything with the moon in Sagittarius, any question that you want answered about a moon in Sagittarius person or anyone with a lot of Sagittarius energy, always say, okay, but what is it connected to in terms of their belief system? And you'll be able to fill in the gaps quite nicely. That wouldn't be true about, let's say, an Aquarius, because people with that Aquarian energy, just because they believe something here that kind of should normally make everything else come together, that's not always the case. With moon in Sagittarius, knowing what the top of that umbrella is in terms of their thought patterns, that will answer everything that you really need to know about who the person is, what they think, and what they might do. In relationships and in sex, they love change. They love sex on the beach or sex somewhere. They love outdoor sex and lovemaking, and they just love change. Under the stars or on a weekend getaway, vacation sex is the best. And they can also go from being very highly sexual, they are normally highly sexual, and they can also go through weird phases of still being sexual, but maybe not wanting the same thing. So you might think that maybe they've lost interest, and maybe they don't even know what's going on, and it's just that they need some sort of change. So go away somewhere, do something to change the routine or whatever's going on, if that makes sense. Even move the furniture around in your house. That will really help you. So as the male energy with moon in Sagittarius, or the actual man, this represents the spouse. And so this person's spouse is most likely to love vacation, love travel, love change, love education, have some sort of spirituality that they preach. It doesn't have to be a specific spirituality, just a belief system that they preach. And God help you if you don't listen to what they say. They're always about the truth. They don't care about what you have to say. They care about what is the truth in this situation. And they will find it. They will always find the truth. So what else? These people love adventure. They love opening people's minds as they see it. And they really, really, really love to figure out what the best way of doing things is and kind of take those shortcuts, if you will. So they also get, as much as they can dish it, they can't really take it. So they can tend to get offended easily, but it's not that emotional. It's not that emotional feeling of it. They'll just cut you off. Like, you'll probably just never see them again. These people give amazing, 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 amazing advice. Doesn't mean they always take it, although sometimes, of course, they do. They give some of the best advice, along with someone like a moon in Capricorn. They also give really, really, really good advice. And whatever advice, a one-on-one advice a moon in Sagittarius gives you, you know it's probably actually in the best direction for you. So I would listen to that. Now, that doesn't always mean that everything that they say is correct. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the advice that they will give you in a one-on-one situation will most likely be quite good. So, do you have your moon in Sagittarius? Are you up for adventure? Do you like change? Do you like philosophy? Do you like studying things and being ahead of the curve on these revolutionary ideas and concepts, especially when it comes to how to live a better life or spirituality? So let me know, what do you think about this video? And actually, if you have your moon in Sagittarius, I would like to know, what was your relationship like with your mother? Because I have actually noticed that with this placement, one thing that a lot of people don't talk about is quite often, I've noticed in my experience, people with the moon in Sagittarius weren't very close to their mothers. I've noticed that. However, I haven't seen too much about that. So let me know. If you have that, could you please put a comment and kind of help me with this? Because I'm very interested in learning more about that as well. Anyways, I love you so very much. Whether it's day or night, I love you, I love you, I love you. Please go to my website, www.misspamelaxoxo.com, to book a reading with me. I'm so excited to meet you. And I did not put out a Sexual Sunday video yesterday. I had people visiting, and so I'm gonna wait until later in the week to make another video. Okay, I love you so much. Whether it's day or night, I love you, I love you, I love you. Please click here to subscribe. Click here to watch my recent video, and click here to go to my website and book a reading with me or read about your sun sign. Thank you so much. Bye.